about for the future, etc., as far as worship and the space that we have and the people that we have. With that, I will turn it back to whoever's going to lead the vote.
This table over here, even though they're busy eating, did want to add regarding the pastoralship and so on. One of the concerns that we would have from calling a pastor from a different background or denomination would be, in an example, are we going to become Methodist, or is the Methodist preacher going to become Lutheran? One of the things you'll get to experience next week, if you please come to Reformation celebration at St. Mark, their interim, since Pastor Charles retired in July, their interim, Pastor Heidi, is actually a Presbyterian minister. Her husband is the pastor over at First Presbyterian. So you'll get to see a Presbyterian preacher lead an ELCA Reformation liturgy. So I hope you can all attend and see that next week.
But Pastor Cena is going to be preaching next week. No.
Okay, Lauren, fire away.
Dr. Cena from Christ Good Shepherd is going to.
Turn the mic. How's that? Can you hear me now? Okay. So I'm going to kind of call us back into order here with the Lord's Prayer, then we'll do a dismissal. We'll vote and then we'll do a dismissal. So if you would please pray with me the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our sins. Forgive us those who sin against us. Save us from the time of trial, and deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, power, and glory are yours, now and forever. Amen. Thank you. What you have on your table that was handed out while you're eating your pizza, first, the goldenrod sheet is the proposal that we talked about on the 2nd with Christ the Good Shepherd. I just wanted to put a fresh sheet on your table before your vote so that you could see all the pieces of that. And if you have any questions on that before you vote, please ask. Gary.
Okay, will somebody explain what the discernment and transformation proposal is?
Yes. The wording, transformational discernment pastor. I'm going to break it into two parts. Transformation. This person is supposedly going to be skilled in leading us through change. So that's the pastor they want. They're looking for someone that has the skills to lead us and Christ the Good Shepherd through change. We aren't going to define that change, other than we're going to do it together with Christ the Good Shepherd. Discernment is the process of breaking down the pieces, sort of like we started today. What are the important pieces, and then how can we figure out which of those to keep, which of those to change, we're going to allow to change. So what pieces can we transform, what can we can't? Karen, go ahead.
I'd like to focus, it's transformation. We're not just changing a little bit. We need to transform and look completely different in a lot of ways. So it's not just getting what we used to have.
So our expectation of this pastor is not that this pastor comes in and continues what's going on at Christ the Good Shepherd, continues what's going on at Holy Cross, and we just run happily down the road to two separate paths. That's not the pastor that we're looking at calling. We're looking at calling a pastor that will help us change into what we need to be to serve God, to serve this community, and to survive as a congregation. Anything else? Okay, you have a green sheet, that's your actual ballot. I would like each voting member, please, to mark your green sheet You can fold it in half if you want, and we'll have people at the door that will collect them as we leave.
I'm going to give a, while you're voting, because I know it's really hard, this ballot is probably more complicated than you're going to see in November. There's 2 lines, only mark one of them. No hanging chads. Look around the room while you're voting, or if you're done voting. There are 39 of us, or there were earlier. I know Pablo left, and I'm not sure if anyone else did. 39 people, 33 of us are voting members. That is a quorum for Holy Cross. But think of the people you can in your mind who you also know are voting members, regular attendees that aren't here today. Off the top of my head, I know Margot's not here because Lonnie is. I know Al's not here, but Joyce is. Steve and Naomi are not here. Chris Whitman's not here. Kathy Mears, unfortunately, was one of the last people to get COVID, so she's not here. Bob and Grace Madsen, Jack and Beverly, Pink now, Betty Winwood, Sean and Christina and your kids. And that's about it in terms of regular attendees. I may have missed 1 or 2. But that's your church. You people in this room, plus about 6 or 8 others, that is Holy Cross right now. And by that I mean regular people who show up, commune with us, are part of our church family, and contribute. So we are the church. We are able to make some decisions. But when you think about that group of people, we're not all going to be here in 5 years. And it's a tough road to go down. So think about what you want to do as a church moving forward. This may not be an answer. I'm not pushing one side or the other, but we definitely need to transform. Because the group that's in this room can't do it by themselves, us 39 people that aren't going to all be here in 5 years. Now, my other comment before we end the meeting. You gave me a great deal of liberty with church service today. We kind of broke up church service and we interspersed meeting elements throughout it because it was lay-led. Thank you for your indulgence in doing that. But I just want some feedback, and feel free to throw the tomatoes now if you want. Do you prefer something like this when we have a lay-led meeting, or would you rather get my 45 minutes of worship over, then lead me into the business portion of the meeting? We tried something new this time. Any feedback is welcome. You don't need to give it publicly. You know where I work. You can always track me down and give it to me privately. But thank you. Is everyone done voting? Okay? Yep. So if you turn to the back page of your bulletin, we will do a blessing and then a dismissal. A blessing. God, who gives life to all things and frees us from despair, bless you with truth and peace. And may the Holy Trinity, one God, guide you always in faith, hope, and love. Amen. Go in peace with Christ beside you.
Thanks be to God.
You are dismissed. Thank you very much for attending.